You're done.
Is that the? Yeah. Okay.
You got a good giggle out of me. Welcome back, everybody.
And
I'm happy to see you, Dre. How are you?
hey, happy to see you too, Alex. Doing well. Had a nap before the show.
Nice. I didn't have time for a nap today. I've been super busy.
He was asleep.
Nice.
He was right there.
Yes, nap when the baby naps.
Yep.
It's not just for the moms.
The rule.
Dads too.
The rule. Yeah.
It is a rule. Because other than that, you'll never sleep.
Like, I don't want to be thinking about sleep during the show.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you're excited because we have a visit coming up. I don't know if your wife filled you in, but we made
I
plans.
heard about this. I'm just an accessory.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm like, when you go on a vacation or whatever, you're like, yeah, like what second pair of shoes am I gonna bring?
You got to bring your boat shoes if you're coming to the Cape.
Yeah. I'm just an accessory. To an accessory.
Not an accessory to an accessory.
Yeah.
Not the plus one of the plus one. Oh
It's
man.
like, oh, do you feel like driving? And sometimes it's like, are you asking me to drive?
Or telling me where we're going.
You're telling me to drive. Okay.
That was low key an invite. Like, oh, we're going here. Do you want to drive? Like,
yeah.
wait, does that mean which car are you bringing? Because this depends on whether
Sometimes we bring two because of the people and things that ride with us.
Which one are you bringing to my house? Because I'll win a game if you bring the Tesla.
You'll win a game.
No, okay. So me and Kenny have this ongoing game of Punch Buggy that we've been playing since the day we met.
Yeah.
If for those of people who aren't familiar with the game, basically if you see a Volkswagen Beetle, you're supposed to punch the other person. And we've been playing this game for so long that it got boring. So we started adding spice to it. So they'll be like, if it's a vintage one, you get like 2 hits, or if it's like a limited edition one, like you never like polka dots or something, you get 3 hits. So we had to spice it up more because it was still. We live on Cape Cod. There's a lot of them out here apparently, and so we started adding Teslas to the list. This was a couple of years ago before Teslas became very popular. Okay. So it was very rare to see a Tesla. So it was like, okay, that's part of the game. Okay, cool. Now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So when I pulled up to your house,
a whole charger.
You got the whole charger?
I don't know in the new town if you have one, but in your old town you did.
Yes, actually, right by my house we do. We have a charging station. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. So I'll get extra points. I'll just text me when you're on your way, so I can, when you pull up in the driveway, I can be like, "Gotcha, bitch."
Oh wow. So, have you ever seen an orange Tesla?
No. Have you ever seen a sparkly Tesla?
Nope.
Like glitter Tesla?
Mm-mm.
I have.
Take it.
I got 3 hits for it.
Yeah.
That was a limited edition Tesla. I got 3 punches for that one. Yep.
Yeah.
We do not promote violence on this show. Just as a disclaimer.
I didn't hear you say, "Oh, you get 3 kisses if you spot a Tesla." No, I didn't hear that.
We're too competitive. That's not gonna work.
Okay.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to talk about it.
I mean, I was trying to give you the lead in with the orange Tesla.
Oh, I didn't pick up what you were putting down. My bad.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of orange, do you see who almost got shot the other day?
All right. So, in the land of Cheetos.
Yeah, right?
Someone reigns supreme. Okay. And we've decided that if we give Grand Supreme Orange Leader too much showtime, that he wins. So we're going to keep it simple.
Yep.
And we're gonna hit it up with for Don Cheeto.
Mm-hmm.
One thought about recent events, please, Alyx.
One thought. He's just trying to get ahead in the polls because I don't know anybody. Like, Evander Holyfield is missing more of an ear than he is right now. Just saying.
Much more. Much more
Just
ear.
saying.
Yeah.
And the pictures the media got, you can tell which side they're on because there's like, oh, the blood streaming down his face with the American flag in the background. Like,
Sure.
come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah. Come on.
cry me a
Yeah.
river.
Yeah. I've seen nosebleeds worse.
Period.
I've seen periods with a lot
Hello.
worse. A lot more streaming. A lot more.
Yes.
Scared me when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. I think I killed somebody.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
Please, please, please. I was just trying to make her come, dear. Yeah. Didn't mean to kill her.
Oh man.
No. Okay. My one thought.
Yes.
Did you know? This is what I read. You know,
Mhm.
I didn't look up the yearbook to verify this or call the school. This is what I read. Okay.
Okay.
On the internet. So you know it's believable.
Of course.
It's true if you read it on the internet,
Everything
right?
on the internet is true.
Okay. This was from the shooter's classmate.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Apparently, the shooter. I don't know what school has like a rifle club or whatever like that.
Oh, that's down south.
Yeah. Right. So the school, I mean, this is Pennsylvania. I don't know. I guess they had like a shooting club, you know? Apparently the shooter didn't make the team because he had poor marksmanship.
Well.
Well.
Wow.
Well.
Point to prove.
I'll show them I can shoot.
Just missed him.
But, you know.
Alec Baldwin wouldn't have missed.
Oh. I read that one too, and I was like, "Who? Oh yeah, okay." And he got off.
Yeah, he did.
Got off.
Celebrities, man.
Yeah, bro.
I heard he was like crying in court, but like you're an actor, so
He's like, "I got to put on my best performance."
mm-hmm.
He's like, "Pretend your life depends on it."
Because it does.
It does.
It's like your life depends on it. It does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of celebrities, a lot of celebrity deaths last week.
Yeah, man.
It was.
I was like,
we were losing like
what
one a day.
celebrity poker game is being played this week?
For real.
Just, I'll raise you.
I don't remember the order that it went in, but I think it was Shelley Duvall first, and then Richard Simmons and
Richard's like, yeah, I'll raise you, Richard Simmons. You're like,
I'll
what?
raise you, Richard Simmons, and then they were like, I'll raise you, Dr. Ruth, icon, R.I.P.
And someone was like, man, I can't play this Trump yet, man. I gotta hold this one back.
Yep, that's what I said.
And I can't. I'm gonna hold this one back for what I really need it.
Mm-hmm. Save it for it.
You know, like Uno. Time. You know, like nah.
And then who else did we lose? So we lost Richard Simmons, Dr. Ruth. Oh, Shannon Doherty was the next day. And then overshadowing Shannon Doherty on the same day was Jacoby Jones.
Well, oh, right.
Yep.
I'm surprised you know about that one.
I don't. I saw it on the internet and I was like, ew, it's sports. Dre knows.
Yeah. He was like 40 or something like that?
Yeah, he was 40. Mm-hmm. 40 was 53, but she was fighting cancer for like a long time.
What did she play in?
She was in Charmed. And also 90210.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was like, I've seen this.
Yes, you have.
Very specific face before.
And then lastly, I think, I don't know his name. Forgive me. I should have looked all these names up before the show, but I didn't. I guess he was the little kid on Alf. Do you remember that show from the 80s?
Yeah, I remember the show.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just saw his photo, but of course they don't post a current photo of what he looks like, as nobody would know who he is. They posted him when he was a kid taking a picture with Alf the puppet. So I'm like, who? The only thing I remember about Alf was Alf. So I don't know who. I don't even remember any of the humans that were on the show. But R.I.P.
Nothing. None of them. I remember none of them.
Right. So no disrespect to the dead. I just don't remember anybody else on the show. Mad people passed away last week. That was crazy. That's forever going to be in history as like the week of death. It's crazy. Something else, but I just had a brain fart.
Well, while you were talking about celebrity deaths, right? It reminded me of this article that I had read right before going to bed. So it's like on the edge of my memory of, did I really read that? Oh, was that like a little bit of a dream? And so this dude, I didn't read the whole thing. I was like, I'm gonna read this later, but it was crazy. So this dude, I think he was Austrian. I don't know. This dude nearly died, right? We'll say nearly died, right? Let's just say he was in the coma. I have the name because I was like, I gotta read this later.
Save for later.
Yeah. It was like, read with a stronger mind later.
Yeah.
So, hold on. Yeah. Okay. His name was Paul Dinac, right? Okay. And I think he was in some sort of coma or something. But anyways, while he was in this unconscious state, he claims that when he was awoken from his unconscious state, that he had traveled to the year 3906.
Very specific number. Okay. Do go on. I'm very interested and intrigued right now.
I have to read the whole thing. So first I'm like, okay, what year did this happen in?
Right. First of all, let's get some context first.
But let's just, judging by the photo, it was decades ago.
Oh, wow.
Decades. Okay.
So we're not even we can't even confirm yet.
Like no Wi-Fi. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. No Wi-Fi, no cell phones, and he comes back talking about flying cars and shit. So before,
but they also
like
did that at the World's Fair in like what 1980, 1960 something to the World's Fair.
Oh, he was Swiss Austrian. Okay.
Swiss Austrian, like the bank.
I can look it up. Hold on a second. I'll be quick.
Yeah, give it a little googs. Said she went to the World's Fair it was in New York way back in the day, and they had all types of ideas of flying cars and examples. It was literally like
in the 1920s.
The coma was in the 1920s, and he was talking about Wi-Fi and flying cars.
Okay, all right, here we go. All right, well, they got a whole book. Chronicles from the Future, the amazing story of Paul Amadeus Denik. I don't know. All right. Okay. In 1921, Paul, a Swiss Austrian teacher with fragile health, falls into a 1-year-long coma. During this time, his consciousness slides into the future and enters the body of another man in 3906. Okay.
I've seen this
was
movie.
In 1922.
Yikes.
Okay.
This is very Is he still alive? I have so many questions.
He's not. It's not.
Well, I don't know how old he was when he went in the coma.
Oh, how old was he when he went in the coma?
Yeah, he could have been like, I don't know, 5.
He was a teacher, so.
Oh, well, yeah, he gone.
So, yeah. Why do you want to know how old he was?
Well, I was trying to figure. You were shaming me, like, yeah, of course he's dead. Like, and I'm like, well, we don't know when the coma was, so we don't know how old he was.
Okay, fine. I'll try to find that out.
No, unnecessary. Doesn't matter. He's dead. He was at least
Very.
18 if he was a teacher. So
Come on, man. Give me an age, right? Give me an age. When was he born?
was he born?
Funny is they're like they tell me where he was born, but not what year he was born.
Because it's Nunya.
Yeah, guess they're saying none yet, bro. Maybe they didn't record ages back then in the 20s. Out.
Maybe they didn't cut him in half and count all his rings.
Count his rings, you said?
That's how they did. That's not how they age people in autopsies back in the day. That's how you age a tree. I don't see what the problem is.
I'm gonna stop Googling now. Okay. Yeah.
I'm wild.
I thought you like counted the grays and then divided by 12. No.
That can't be accurate. There's no way.
Then you subtract the melanin because
black don't crack. So true. Looking at us, would you guess that we're in our 40s? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I get carded all the time.
They just stopped carding me. Probably because I bring Harrison in the store with me.
I don't know. I think I could get away with it if I still had a kid next to me. I would still be the nanny, I think. I think I could get away with it.
Bring him. I also wonder, like, when I bring the chillin', into the store with me, I'm like, kind of those. It's probably one of the moments where you're judging yourself more than anyone's judging you.
Right. Yep. It's one of those.
Like, they sell sodas in here.
As long as your kids aren't rowdy, nobody cares.
I was like, you want anything? They sell Sprite. No.
Shirley Temples. What's wrong with those?
Ace has no idea where we are. He's just like, do they sell milk?
That's all I came for.
Yeah. And I'll take a sip if they got some. I can drink.
Man. I could go for some. So Dre, what have you been watching this week? For the last 2 weeks, actually.
At first I was in this, when you're like, oh, there's nothing on TV, and
there was a moment like 2 weeks ago where I was saying that.
And I was just flipping through, and I saw a trailer for Monkey Man, and I was like, WTF is this?
Right.
What's going on here?
Okay. So did you watch it?
I definitely watched Monkey Man, and the first thing I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, I think I've seen this guy before.
Yeah.
And so I look it up, and it is the guy from Slumdog Millionaire.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it like, I'm like, is this motherfucker saying he directed and starred in his own action movie?
You have to nowadays. That's the only way you can get cast as an action star. We learned this from Kevin Hart. He had to produce his own action movie because ain't nobody putting him. Come on, man.
No one was gonna put him in an action movie. You're right.
Like unless he's with
no
The
one
Rock.
said yes. No.
Not exactly.
Right. Like, look. I could pull it off, man. But yeah, no, like, when I was down in undergrad school thing, 6 of my 8, well, I was the 8th, so I had 7 roommates. 6 of them were film majors, so I learned a lot from those guys, listening and looking, and so I was like, yo, I fucking did everything right here, like, so.
Oh wow.
Like from a student perspective.
Interesting. I like that point of view.
Just different angles, different shots. Like there are some lighting shots that are just really hard to nail, and I was like, they fucking nailed it.
I didn't know this side about you. I didn't know this. Because I get this from Matt all the time. He's always nitpicking everything we watch.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Matt was one of them.
Yep.
So yeah, I was just like, how they fucking nailed it, man. But either they know what they're doing or they just spent a shit ton of money, which I doubt it because this was India. So. I don't think they're known for that. They're throwing money at problems. So I'm just saying.
Right.
Like, no.
Not this time.
We don't outsource our customer service to, that region of the world to make it more expensive.
Duh. Oh man. So you watched Monkey Man?
Monkey Man.
The
Yeah.
review was very well done.
I'd watch it again, and I don't say that about a lot of movies.
Oh, you don't say that about a lot of things. Okay. So out of 5 stars, how many you give it?
I mean, you gotta say, I give it a 5-star rating. I don't give star ratings. I just say whether or not it's AA approved.
Okay. I like
I'm
that
just gonna
better.
go ahead and say,
AA approved?
it's AA approved.
That's all that matters. All right.
There's some things, like I tell Lisa, my wife, all the time. I was like, there's a couple rules in movies about how to make a movie, and one of them that I tell Lisa, I was like, well, except John Wick, because there's always an exception to a rule, right? Here's the rule. Typically, I was like, I'm watching the movie. I'm like, all right, so this guy's going around kicking a lot of ass. I was like, whose pussy is he protecting or trying to get?
That part right there. Yep. Literally every action movie ever. Not even just action. Every movie ever.
I was like, whose box is he protecting or trying to get?
I'm trying to think of a movie where that's not true, and I can't. And I'm like in Disney movies right now. Like
even in the Disneys,
I still can't, because it's like somebody's protecting somebody's daughter, or something. That's a box.
Box, man.
Doesn't matter how old it is, you got to protect it.
Yeah, man. Got to protect that box. Got to save the box. Got to get that box.
That's your only job as a parent.
And so I said John Wick was an exception because
it was a dog.
There was no box. It was a dog.
Yeah.
I was like, you know how hard that is to sell? To even get off the ground?
Can you imagine the meeting?
I'm going to rip up New York. I'm going to rip up Paris. I'm going to rip up France. And they're like, so who you trying to save, man? Is she pretty? What?
Is she pretty?
Baddest bitch you ever heard of, right?
Baddest bitch.
You ain't never seen a bitch this bad in your life.
Oh my God, that's great. So true. I still to this day have not seen the John Wick movies just because I know the dog dies. I can't do it. I can't do a dead dog movie. I can't. Because then I go in my head and I'm like, and then I go to my dog and I'm like crying for 2 days and I'm like, you can't die. It's a whole thing. I can't do it to myself.
It's a whole thing.
It's not just me. Did you know there's an actual website you can go to find out if the animal dies at the end of the movie, to just so you can protect yourself? There's a whole website.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember years ago I was dating this young lady, and she was really kept pushing me. We gotta go see Marley and Me. And I was like, Marley and Me. Now she's like, yeah, it's me and my mom. And I'm like, all right. And so I go to this movie with her mom, and they legit crying. And I'm like, all right, Andre, don't bring this up later. Don't bring this up later. Your best move right now to get some box is to say nothing. Save your
straight up, ladies, from the mind of a man. He's just telling you what it is. Because one thing about Dre is he gonna be honest.
Your best move is to don't question.
Validate her feelings.
Exactly. Give her a shoulder.
Give her space.
Hold her hand.
Space.
Or give her space, whatever it is. Don't question the tears. Don't say, the dog ain't real.
The dog is real, but he didn't really die.
I'm just saying, don't say that dog didn't really die.
You don't get it, man. You don't get it.
Don't say, didn't your dog live 20 years? That's longer than a lot of dudes in the hood.
So true.
And she was from Baltimore.
It was just the ending was so sad though. And we're back. Okay.
Why you didn't watch John Wick? Okay.
Exactly. You see, because I watched Marley and Me, that's when I learned something about myself. And that's when my nurse came and told me, he was like, hey, there is a website you can check to see if the dog makes it through the whole movie so you don't have to go through this again.
Okay.
And John Wick was on the list. And I was like, oh, well, not for me.
Too bad. Guess I got to skip those 4 blockbusters.
Yep, pretty much. I know. And all my friends are like, you have to watch it. It's the best movie. And I'm like, I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
What about cartoon dog deaths?
Depends on... Nope, because when Brian died, I mean, they took it back, but when Brian died, I lost it.
Brian can't die.
Exactly. Well, they made Stewie go back in his time machine and stop him.
Whatever. That's like Brian can't die.
But he was dead for like a good 3 months. Like he was gone. Like they did
even
a whole Christmas
the
episode.
dog in The Simpsons can't die.
No, they got a whole new dog and everything. He also talked. He was Italian.
And you're like, yeah, sure.
No, sure. I was like, I didn't believe. I was like, no, Brian can't.
That is
dead.
A straight up sure, like one of those sure, right, sure.
Yeah, I knew they were bringing.
So they go back. So they get the time machine.
Yep.
They go back and undead Brian.
Yep.
They bring him back, and now there's an Italian dog. What happens to that dog?
Well, that timeline never happened because Stewie went back. So
I figured that Brian killed that dog, and now there's another dead dog, but it was killed by a dog, so it doesn't matter. But hey.
No, because if he went back, then they never went to go look for a new dog because.
Well, you know what? If you're gonna go in Loki time, there's still a timeline with a dead dog.
Yep, there is. Definitely, absolutely.
They just switched branches or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They had to prune him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, didn't that take a turn?
Yes. What was I was going to tell you what I was watching. So
yeah, you were.
I've been watching a couple of things. I'm going to start with I watched Clipped. I don't know if you.
Is that a show about vasectomies? What is that?
It is not a show about vasectomies, believe it or not. I would watch that too, though. So. Actually, I would only watch it if it was about vasectomies being reversed because I have so many questions about that.
I mean, that would be a whole show then, right?
Yeah, I think so. You could have Clipped, right? The original version, and then you could have a spin-off called The Reverse.
What would you call the reverse if the first one's called Clipped?
It would have to be a play on like 90 Days the Other way.
I don't know. I don't know. Zipped, put it back together. I don't know. Stint. I don't know.
Bridged.
Okay.
I need to see the original to know how it works in order to be able to come up with a spinoff.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I was watching Clipped. It has nothing to do with vasectomies. It actually has to do with the whole scandal that happened. I believe I don't know the year because I wasn't following sports. But the owner of the Clippers was found to be saying some very tasteless things about Black people. Specifically, recorded.
I mean, what do you think happens when doors close?
Well, what do you think happens when your secretary says that they're going to be recording you to keep you accountable? In a private folder that you never listened to. Listen, the show was done really well because it was. I'm
gonna go check this out now.
You got everyone's point of view. You got the side chick's point of view. You got the wife at home, her point of view. You got the players and their point of view. You got oh my God, what was the name of the coach of the Clippers? At
the time, I don't know. Didn't he leave after that?
He did. But anyways, he was played by.
I think he became a Boston coach after that.
Yes. No, I think he left Boston to come back to the Clippers, and that's when this whole thing happened.
Huh. Okay.
If I'm remembering the show correctly. But
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, you got to see it from everyone's point of view and how everyone reacted to when the tapes came out. And this poor side chick thought she was gonna be the next Kim Kardashian. She was she was like trying to elevate herself up. She was making merch just because she was the one who leaked.
Called what?
Damned if I remember.
I mean, you got Hawk girl out there, selling hats.
She's doing, you know what? But this was before TikTok though.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It wasn't that easy to rise to fame off of one viral situation, especially if you were paid to agree with the person who you leaked the video about. Because then it don't make sense. Now you're sitting with Diane Sawyer talking about, oh yeah, he didn't really mean it, or that's not how he meant. Well, then you as a Black woman, why did you leak it if he's not racist? What was the point if you don't feel that he's saying things that are wrong? And that's how I felt about that. But yeah, it's a very well done show. I liked the cast. I liked oh my god, Ed O'Neill played the owner. He did a good job playing a fat, sloppy son of a bitch. Like he played a good person you want to throat punch.
One of those people, like when they do too good of a job.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do such a good job, you forget that they're not the actual person, and you see them on the street and want to
You're
throw
like,
blood
oh
together.
yeah, that's right. Merle isn't always Merle. Sometimes he plays a character in Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm talking The Walking Dead, Merle. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, I think probably the first season was the last time I watched Walking Dead.
That's the season that he's in.
Oh, wait. Yes. Oh my god. It all just clicked. Okay. I'm with you now. Yeah, Mary Poppins. Okay. I'm with you. That's the only season he's in, right? No, didn't he like come back a little bit for like a hot second? Or was he a ghost?
I think later he's a zombie.
Yeah, so he was only there for one season.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my god, yeah, that all registers. You forget that actors do other things.
They got acting is their job. Yeah.
Right. There's like an ongoing joke with me and my mom. Every time we see an actor doing something else besides what we're used to them doing, we're like, oh, good for them making money.
Sure. Except if you do like one of those soap operas, you're done.
Oh, you're locked in for life, or that's it. Like, listen, what are you doing for the next 50 years? Because
like, well, I'm gonna end up in a coma at some point. So
that's when you're allowed a 2-month vacation. Is during your coma. You come in, you shoot for an hour of yourself in a hospital gown and hospital bed, and then you go on vacation for 2 months and come back, and now you're your clone sister or something.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh man.
Always weird.
Always weird. The weirdest one.
I only know about that stuff because of my grandma. My grandma was addicted to that stuff.
My mom's still addicted. She's the reason we can't get rid of cable. because soap operas don't have their own streaming service.
Oh, okay.
And she's she's got all her shows on the DVR.
Business opportunity.
Yes. It's just a matter of contracts.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I don't think that these actors are not like HBO is gonna like lease it out.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm sure they get paid well.
They have to stick around for that amount of time. You devote your whole life to one role.
I need you to sign your life away.
Literally.
Until a piano drops on.
Mm-hmm. I think the only one I know who got out and like did a successful job getting out. Yeah.
What?
Jensen Ackles.
I'm like, did someone grab someone?
Oh, not just Jensen Ackles. Also, what's his name from This Is Us? He's also in. Oh my gosh, he's the hot guy. His name, but he was on This Is Us. He's now in a show called Not Missing. I don't know. I gotta get my shit together about TV. These are the shows I don't watch. That's the problem. I don't have all the
Yeah,
information on the shows I
yeah,
don't watch.
all good.
Speaking of shows I don't watch, but definitely just got into, I've been watching Gypsy Rose's The Life After Lockup. It's it's interesting because, well, first of all, I've seen The Act. Have you seen The Act?
Nope,
The whole story about Gypsy Rose and what she went through. And do you
nope.
know who
I don't even
Gypsy
know who
Rose
this is, so
is?
you can tell me.
Okay, so Gypsy Rose Blanchard was a victim of Munchausen's by proxy. Are you
Huh?
aware of? Okay, so that is a disease where a caretaker keeps you sick or pretends that you're sick in order to feel important or feel
Okay.
valued. So the whole movie, The Act, is basically about Gypsy Rose and everything she went through. So long story short, Gypsy Rose's mom was a monster, okay? And she put her through some stuff. I mean, like she was faking all her medical issues. Like Gypsy Rose was a normal kid and her mother was just faking all these, like she made her get a feeding tube. She made her sleep with a sleep apnea machine at 8 years old. She made her she would like chain her to the bed to make sure that she doesn't like leave, or it was crazy. It was insane. You have to watch The Act. Um, it's a movie on Hulu. But so she was put through so much for so long. She grew up, and then the internet became a thing, and then she started, meeting people on the internet, and she met this guy, and this guy was like, "I'll murder your mother for you, get you free." And she was like, "Say less. I'll leave a key under the mat." And that's what happened. And then she went to jail for accessory to murdering her mother. And
Dang it, she didn't read enough books.
no, she wasn't allowed to. So she didn't really plan this out. She was just like, I can get free. It seems like a good idea. And so she
For
went to
example,
yeah.
for example.
Uh-huh. I love how you have a for example.
Again, don't quote me on the names when I'm talking about. Okay, I'll just hit the high level points
Okay.
about murder, and maybe I'll reverse that. Ending someone's timeline.
Yes, ending someone's time. Branching the timeline.
Yeah,
No,
it wasn't the other
pruning the
day,
timeline.
but it was a couple of years ago. This guy was suspect for ending his wife's time.
Hmm.
What happened was, I'm going to start quoting from
Allegedly.
here, was that Tesla lost control and like backed into the pool, and yeah, and she couldn't get out and she died.
Sir, what you mean? What you talk about, Willis?
And I was like, sounds like someone ended someone's timeline, but used a plausible scapegoat.
Blame Elon Musk. It was all his fault.
Blame. Yeah, man, she didn't know how to use the electronic doors, so she got stuck and she drowned. I'm sorry. Like,
Yo, that is
those cars don't have those regular windows. But you okay. You gotta include plausibility. Okay.
oh my god. You gotta be kidding me.
No, that really happened.
Oh my god, that is the most 2024 murder I've ever heard in my life. The Tesla did it.
The Tesla did it, bro. That was his story.
Oh my god. Wow. Yep, couldn't make that shit up.
not I'll leave the key under the mat. No.
The Tesla did it.
That's not enough. No.
No. You need plausible deniability.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You can't be seen at the scene of the crime.
Exactly. You can't be getting caught by the Ring camera.
Right. Right. Oh
the
my
Ring
god.
camera has to corroborate your story.
Exactly. Timestamp for a reason. Get it together.
Okay.
But yeah, so long story short, Gypsy Rose got 10 years, and everyone's upset because she didn't get more, and her accomplice got more. Obviously, he did the actual unaliving. But yeah, so he's still locked up. She got out a year and a half early. And
What?
now this
Okay.
whole Lifetime show is about what's going on with her after she gets out. Now, you already know, if you know me, I already watched Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. So you name this show Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, Alex gonna watch it. Okay? That's one thing about me. I'm gonna watch it. So I tuned in, and I think I'm on episode 7, but now I've caught up, so now it's week to week and I gotta wait.
Okay.
But yeah, it's interesting. She's I already heard, because Google heard me talking about it, so now they give me news
They
about
do
it.
that.
And she's already pregnant with her ex-fiance's baby. So that, spoiler alert, she's not with the fat husband that gives me the irks on episode 1.
What
So
was the
now
husband's name?
Ryan.
Okay.
She's not with fat
No,
Ryan.
not the dog.
I don't like fat Ryan. He's very controlling. I don't like. He was trying to cuss out her PO, like she doesn't have to, like, you can't cuss out somebody's PO because they'll throw you back in there. I'm gonna need him to calm all the way down before she goes back to jail. Talk about, I'm trying to go to a Chiefs game and they won't let me because I'm too famous. I'm gonna draw a crowd.
Sure.
Yeah. But it's a very interesting show, and it's so interesting. I was watching it and Kenny was trying to pretend not to watch it, but he was creeping around, like he was like, pause this because now you got me invested.
Okay. I'm laughing as much as because I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something he said.
He was like, I'm gonna go get a snack, but you gotta pause this because I'm invested. So so now we're on episode 7, and I'm invested too, because I know she leaves him, and she's on the brink of divorce right now, because I couldn't not with this dude. The way it's too much. It's way too controlling. Got out of prison, she doesn't need to be in another one. But that's why you should wait to get married before you get out of jail.
I mean, something motivation.
Yeah, I guess it's motivation, but like, you can be engaged and still be motivated.
That don't hit the same.
I feel like
You
it should.
even get married.
Yes, you can get married in prison. They got married in prison. People
I
get
mean, I
like,
guess all you need to do is really sign the papers.
no, there's a whole thing you got to do.
You get someone to do, or you get a bailiff to be ordained for a day. What you do?
Nah, you got to go through a whole system. There's like 6 months of paperwork to get it all done, and that's in a nice prison. Like, don't even get me started on the other ones. Listen, I watched a lot of Love After Lockup. I know how this works.
Okay.
These people, they get married in prison knowing they got like 4 or 5 years left. And then they wait, and then we get to see them like 2 weeks before they get out, and how it all transpires and all this stuff. So it's so interesting. I don't know why I'm so. You know what? It's like you know those bitches that like true crime podcasts. That's what it is. That's what it is for me.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
well, I was thinking about it, and then it was just like, Dre, this is not something you really should think about so much. So close that box.
Fold it up nicely.
Put it on the shelf. Label it as Google after time travel guy.
You got a list of shit to Google later. Definitely check out The Act, and there's a bunch of, actually, on Hulu, there's a bunch of different Gypsy Rose specials. So you get to see her like chit chat in prison, and then when she gets out, and then it's just, they follow her whole timeline after she got arrested.
And the moral of the story?
She said it herself on The View. She said, murder is wrong. Don't. There are other ways to get out of your
timelines. Okay, sure.
Yeah. There are, yes, ending timelines is wrong. Do not prune it yourself. But she
Probably
said
should have a Google Doc with the steps outlined.
Yeah, don't download it. Don't save it. Don't send MapQuest directions to your key to your front of your house. Don't do that.
Because Alexa will snitch, not if and when. She will snitch on your ass.
Will.
Siri too.
Everybody, all them bitches.
All them bitches snitches.
All them bitches are snitches.
Like, no, officer, he was parked outside her house the night before. I know because I gave him directions. Got the
Oh, man.
metadata right here.
Yep. Oh my gosh, it's so true though.
Okay.
Going back to what you were saying about the Tesla unaliving the lady. What
Okay.
else? You were going to tell me something about Elon Musk on the subject of Teslas.
Oh, no, we can say that for another day. I think we're at.
All right, that sounds like a plan. I will put that in the box for later.
It won't be as fresh, but it's okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, fine. We'll just hit it now because a month from now I'll be like, what? That's like
Right
last
now,
year's
we
news.
done talked about it now. So,
So the other day, this week,
uh-huh.
After Code Orange,
Mm-hmm.
Elon announced that he was moving Twitter, or X, or is it Twitter? Is it
I have
X?
no idea. I don't use it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, the one that used to be the Bluebird.
Yeah.
And SpaceX, he said he's moving them, the headquarters to Texas. And he
Are
cited
the
the
taxes
reasons.
cheaper there? I feel like this is a tax thing
That was my first thought. I
or the
was
baby
like,
mama
oh,
thing.
I was like, you see, this some baby mama drama,
Yep. I feel like it is.
or taxes or money.
It's obviously
Uh,
money.
it's got to be money, right? But he cited reasons for being some of their LGBTQ plus laws that recently changed, and I had to Google this thing like 14 times to really put it in plain English.
Okay. All right. Break
I
it
had to
down
see
for
this
us.
thing from 100 different angles.
Okay. Break it down.
And so what I took away from it, and if I'm wrong, email Alyx and tell her, the way I interpreted it was that the schools there know, what was the rule again? What was the law? The schools don't have to notify parents of if their children modify their pronoun. I thought.
So that's his reason? Is he for or against it? Is he moving
I
there?
know, right? I was just like,
That's unclear.
I was like, first I'm like, how is this connected to money?
Right.
Or
The math ain't mathing on that one.
isn't this like the price of not even tea in China? Isn't this like the
right?
Not even the price of tea, because that's at least money.
Yes. But oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah. So I was just like, this to me more like, I was like, it sounds like he was waiting for an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Like when a chick trying to break up with you and she like, yeah, I don't like the way it's because those them dumbass sneakers that you bought the other day. You like, what sneakers? Sneakers? I don't
And the
know.
other day,
Just a dumbass reason to break up with somebody, but that they ain't the reason. That's just the reason they claiming.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then after that, my other thought on that was, wait, you tell me that state that like has some of the nation's highest rates of homelessness is paying somebody to email parents about pronouns?
Yep.
Oh, sounds to me like I don't have the right problems.
sounds like they're pointing things in the wrong direction. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this problem costs money, so let's table that for a second, and let's talk about something we can make a big stink about that doesn't cost anything.
I was just like, wait, like somebody's on salary, like somebody's getting a yearly wage. Send these emails.
Yep, to bitch about pronouns or lack thereof.
I think they should just. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything past that. That was.
There are more important things going on in the country right now.
Yeah.
Than pronouns. Leave
Emailing parents about pronouns.
Everybody needs to just be who they are. Leave it alone. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Just call people by their names. Who cares?
Or that, right? Hey, Trisha. Hey, how you doing?
Exactly. I don't get it. I don't get the
whatever,
big hype.
Sure. What did I how sometimes things you don't know how they sound out of your head?
Yep.
And so then I was just like, no, I'm pretty sure most people don't care about pronouns that much because they probably look at you and go, would I fuck that or not?
Yeah.
And that's the end of it.
That's how it is at the end of the day. Tell me your pronouns later. I just need to know. Could you get it or not? That's all that matters at the end of the day.
You know, again, that was just my internal thought.
Mm-hmm. I vibe with
You
it.
know.
Makes total sense to me.
You know, yeah, I got a couple examples I should probably keep in my head, but you know, like, or all right, I'll release this one.
Okay.
You know, I used to live in a different state. Yeah, I used to live in Virginia.
Yep.
And near my house was this Walmart. It was a great Walmart because they had these $5 rotisserie chickens. And whoo-wee, that is a whole dinner right there
Literally.
for $5.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you could mix and match that with anything and feed the whole family for under $10.
Yep.
It's like, this place is magical. Wally World.
No.
Okay. All right. So I'm in Wally World. What?
I said I'm not editing that out.
So I'm in Wally World, you know, about to get this $5 rotisserie. And I see this person, and you may say that they were an adult male, maybe even a man, and they were wearing what you may consider women's clothing. And I thought, I don't want to fuck them either way.
And that's all that matters at
and
the
that
end
was
of the
that.
day.
That was that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not my cup of tea, but it could be yours. That's all that matters.
I was like, he having a good time at Walmart.
He's living his best life, or she, whatever you want.
He or she.
Pronouns don't matter.
It didn't. The thought, what he called himself, didn't cross my mind.
Exactly.
He was in Walmart. I was in Walmart.
We're both getting chicken. That's all that matters.
We were both doing our shopping.
Stance on pronouns.
Is it? I mean, in the end, it's saying it's pretty darn simple.
Yep.
You know, did Brian have pronouns?
No.
The dog from Family.
And Brian banged anything.
Yeah, see?
Get it in Brian's world.
Yeah. But, you know, yeah, I'm going to stop right there.
Let's quit while we're ahead, because we're at time. It's late. We got to go to bed. We're adults. It may not be late where you're listening, but it's late to hear it. So, Dre, I will see you. Next time I see you, I'm going to see you.
Oh, it's so true, actually.
Yes. We're going to be live in person.
I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm out that week for work, so...
Right?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Can't wait to see you guys.
I'll bring some $5.
You gonna go to Wally World?
I see that person at Wally World, I'd be like, you're famous, bro.
Right? We just blew you up.
Or person, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, I'm going to say goodnight. Dre, you say goodnight. And then
Good evening. Good night, folks. Catch you later.
Peace out, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and all in between.